What if I told you that you can be close to God's presence and still be far from His heart? What if I told you you can serve in ministry, speak His name, stand in holy places, and still be walking in danger? Today, we are stepping into one of the most shocking moments in the Bible. From the Book of Leviticus chapter 10. And this message is not just history. It is a warning. The moment that shook Israel. Nadab and Abihu, sons of Aaron, priests of God. They had seen His glory. They had witnessed His fire fall from heaven. They had stood in His presence. But one day, they brought something God never asked for. The Bible calls it strange fire, unauthorized worship, self-made devotion, human idea instead of divine instruction. And in a moment, fire came out from the presence of God and consumed them. No warning, no delay, no negotiation. Because God is holy. The dangerous lie we believe. Here's the dangerous lie many people believe today. God doesn't really care how I approach Him. But Leviticus 10 destroys that lie. God speaks and says, "Among those who are near me, I will be sanctified." In other words, if you come close to God, you must treat Him as holy. We live in a generation that wants God's blessings, God's protection, God's favor. But without reverence, without obedience, without surrender. And God is saying, "You don't define how I am worshipped. I do." Partial obedience is still disobedience. Nadab and Abihu were not atheists. They were not outsiders. They were priests. Which means, you can go to church, preach messages, sing worship songs, post Bible verses, and still be living in quiet disobedience. Let this hit deep. Closeness to spiritual activity is not the same as closeness to God. God is not impressed with activity. He is looking for obedience. Partial obedience is still disobedience. God's presence is powerful. The same fire that earlier in Leviticus showed God's glory is the same fire that brought judgment. The difference was not God. The difference was how people approached Him. God's presence is not casual. It is powerful. It can heal you, restore you, transform you. But if you treat it casually, you miss the very thing that could save you. The weight of spiritual responsibility. Nadab and Abihu were leaders. And leaders carry weight. If you are a content creator, a teacher, a worship leader, a pastor, an influencer speaking about God, this message is especially for you. Because when you stand before people in God's name, you represent Him. And God is saying, "Do not represent me carelessly." Your private life must match your public voice. Mercy still exists. Now here is the hope. Even after this moment, God continues to guide Aaron. He continues to give instruction. He continues to make a way. Because while God is holy, He is also merciful. This chapter is not just a warning. It is an invitation. Return to reverence. Return to obedience. Return to sincerity. God is not trying to push you away. He is trying to bring you back the right way. So today, ask yourself honestly, have I been treating God casually? Have I been giving Him what I want to give, instead of what He asks for? Have I been playing with holy things, while living in hidden compromise? Today, God is calling you back. Not to fear, but to reverence, to honor, to true obedience. Because when you honor God rightly, His presence will not destroy you. It will transform you. God is not to be taken lightly, but He is ready to receive you rightly.